Hi, everyone. It's me, Sarah, your Christian forgiveness coach, and you are listening to Forgive Everyone for Everything Every Day Right Away, episode number 41, Forgiveness and Time. So I hear it said a lot, and I've certainly said it to myself. It's going to take time for me to forgive. So let's talk a little bit about what time has to do with it. Forgiveness is a decision, it's based on how we think. And the more we put off a decision, we are in indecision and we're usually confusing ourselves. We're kind of mentally exhausting ourselves by not making a decision. And I often describe forgiveness as freedom. So making a decision and sticking to it gives us freedom. And I'm learning that the sooner I get to freedom, the better it is for everyone around me. So when we say that forgiveness is going to take time, I want you to kind of notice how it feels to say that. Does it feel good? It's going to take me time to forgive. For me, it feels kind of heavy and it feels kind of like a roadblock when I say this to myself with regards to forgiveness. Because my goal is to forgive everyone for everything every day right away so I can learn to experience that freedom sooner rather than later, not stay stuck in the indecision of it and rumination of it. So we kind of make a big deal out of this thing called time, right? And we all do this. We all are saying things like, I don't have enough time. Time will tell. I need more time. I don't have time for that. I need to make time for that. I'm wasting time. I don't have time for this. Time flies, et cetera, et cetera. So many sayings and thoughts around time, as if time has some sort of control over us or we have some sort of control over time, or that it can go faster or slower. Well, it doesn't, and we don't, and it can't. Time is just time. It's really just kind of a mental construct that we've come up with. And really, we could just say it's math. We have as a society, have decided time is a thing, and we all have the same amount, 24 hours a day. That's all it is. And we make time into this big thing in our lives that we often allow to run our lives, but it doesn't. Time doesn't run our lives. Time doesn't dictate our lives. I want to offer that we can start thinking about time as not something that we need more of or don't have enough of. Those are just thoughts that don't serve us. Time is just time, it's neutral. But notice when we think about time, how much of it we have or don't have, and then what we do with it. And it just brings up a lot of stuff for a lot of us when we talk about time. So when it comes to forgiveness, I like to challenge myself with this question. Why? Like, what are my reasons for wanting to take more time to forgive? As if not forgiving something is something I ever want to do, because it's not. When I think about forgiving, it's something I always want to do. So, why am I telling myself I need more time to do that? Why am I holding on to unforgiveness and telling myself I need more time in order to forgive? So, there's always a reason why we're doing this. And it's such a great process to become aware of, because the more aware we are of those reasons why we're holding on to it, the more we learn about ourselves and how to let that stuff go. I had a horsemanship mentor that used to say this. He used to say, take the time it takes so it takes less time. And this sort of reminds me that forgiveness is a skill. Like, we can learn to do it quicker if we put in the effort to learn how to do it. It's a lifestyle. It's something we learn to adopt in our daily lives, depending on how we think, how good we are at processing emotion, etc. So for me, when I'm withholding forgiveness, I have found like I'm often kind of indulging in it. I'm choosing really to be mad. Kind of like, for me, it's kind of a default because I've done it for so long. My brain's used to it. It thinks it's easier to stay mad or hurt or sad about something. And remember, our brains, that part of our brains, I call it kind of our primitive brain, it just wants things to be easy. And if being mad about something is the default, then that is easier. That's what it's used to. So forgiving, even though it's freedom, learning to forgive everyone for everything every day right away takes effort. And that part of our brain is like, no, we don't do effort. We like things to be easy. We want to be safe and comfortable, okay? And doing this work is not comfortable. So I've had to learn to say like, no, we do want to do this work. We do want to put in the effort that it takes because it is better and actually easier in the long run. Okay. So, in doing this work, I've learned to look at time in a totally different way. So, I don't ever tell myself I don't have time anymore. I've got 24 hours in the day, just like you do, and I get to choose what to do with that time. Always. I have, learned to do this very deliberately because of the way I've started thinking about time. So I've learned to decide what I want to do with my time. And I tell myself I always have time to do the things I want to do. So it might be really eye opening for you to really think about how you think about time. What maybe limiting beliefs do you have about time? And how would you like to think about time more deliberately in a way that serves you going forward? All right. Till next time. Bye.